Well, holy smokes, guys, Facebook just reported what was probably the most shocking earnings of the earnings season so far, okay? These earnings are unreal. I'm going to show you them in just a moment, all right? Now, if you don't already know, Facebook is my personal biggest investment, and so it means a lot to me, okay? If this stock goes down huge, up huge, reports horrible numbers, reports great numbers, there's no stock that's going to move my wealth more than a stock like Facebook, okay? We're just looking at the public account right now. We have 371 shares in that particular account alone of Facebook, okay? Now, we're up about $19,000 on those shares, so we're doing very good. Cost base of 153. But needless to say, like, if whatever happens with Facebook, it matters a lot to me in terms of, are we going to see our wealth increase or decrease, okay? So these earnings are always very important for me, okay? So Facebook Q2 2019 results. Let's start going through some of these numbers, and some of them are just shocking, okay? Daily active users came in for Facebook at 1.587 billion, all right? Now, very important, it's always very important to read the fine print of anything, because you will find out some information that is very key to you, okay? A lot of people think, oh, that's Facebook platform, and that's Instagram and WhatsApp and all these different things, right? No, that is strictly Facebook platform, okay? That does not include Instagram, that does not include Oculus or WhatsApp, all right? Those numbers are strictly for Facebook platform. And when you hear about it in that context, it's even more amazing, okay? Monthly active users come in for Facebook at over 2.4 billion monthly active users, all right? Once again, that does not include Instagram, WhatsApp, or Oculus. Those are pretty shocking numbers. Actually, extremely shocking numbers. One, when you think about, like, you would just think like everybody that has a Facebook account is like a person that already wanted a Facebook account and they already created one, right? You would just think like everybody has a Facebook account. No, there's still some growth out there, and that's not even the most shocking part of that. When you think about everything Facebook has been through, all the bad publicity over the past 2 or 3 years, a lot of it was brought on by themselves, and a lot of it was just the media piling on. When you think about all that unbelievable like mountain of negativity around this company, the fact that they could still grow daily active users and monthly active users is simply shocking, unreal, okay? Now, that's not the only thing that is pretty shocking, okay? Revenue year over year. Q2 2018, they did $13.2 billion in revenue. This most recent quarter, Q2 2019, $16.8 billion. That's a 28% revenue number up year over year, and that's pretty shocking in itself because everybody was expecting Facebook's revenue growth to slow. So they had been growing like 24, 26%, and so people thought it was going to get worse and it was going to go down like a 24% or 22% or 20%, and it just accelerated to 28%, okay? A reacceleration in the revenue growth. That in itself is absolutely shocking. You don't see many times where a company is expected to get worse and worse when it comes to their revenue, especially a huge company like a Facebook, and they actually accelerate their revenue. That completely changes the entire narrative around Facebook stock right there, because it goes from a story of their revenues decelerating to all of a sudden a story where it's like their revenues accelerating. That completely changes the mindset and the investor base around Facebook, okay? If we look at a little deeper here, you're going to see revenue by user geography, very important. And what you're going to find is almost every single market is increasing. Every single market is increasing for them, okay? US and Canada up almost $2 billion year over year, okay? If we look at the European market, 4.1 billion, this most recent quarter, 3.3 billion, same quarter a year ago. If we look at Asia Pacific, 2.3 billion a year ago, over 3 billion now. Asia Pacific's a very strong market for Facebook in terms of growth. And then rest of the world, 1.3 billion in the same quarter last year, and they just did 1.6 billion. So this is a company that is growing across the board, okay? Not only are they growing users, but they're growing revenue everywhere, okay? Asia, rest of the world, Europe, US and Canada, it doesn't matter, across the board, they are a growing company, okay? Now, this next thing I'm about to show you, this is why I believe Facebook will be the most valuable company in the world within 3 to 4 years. This is why, okay? Let me show you this right here. This shows you the average revenue per user, okay? Otherwise known as ARPU. This is very, very important. This is very, very, very key to understanding Facebook, okay? It's not just about growing users or growing revenue numbers. This average revenue per user, very important metric to look at. So worldwide, this number has gotten to $7.05 now. Keep in mind, at the same time last year, it was at $5.97. That's over $1 more they're getting in revenue per user year over year, okay? US and Canada is now at a place where $33.27 is the average revenue per user compared to less than $26 the same time last year. If you look at a European market, okay, $10.70 average revenue per user in its most recent quarter, $8.76 a year ago. Asia Pacific, $3.04 most recent quarter, $2.62 the same time last year, and rest of the world came in at $2.13 versus $1.91 the same time last year, okay? Now, first off here, average revenue per user is increasing, and showing no signs of slowing down anytime soon. This right here is why I believe Facebook will be the most valuable company in the world within 3 to 4 years, because no one can really put up this type of growth year in and year out and has this type of scale in terms of this many customers out there, okay? Not only is it increasing, but I think worldwide, long term, we'll get to a place where it's doing well over $15 average revenue per user. Right now it's at $7, okay? US and Canada, I think within the next few years will be between $40 and $60 average revenue per user. Europe, on a longer term basis, I think will be going to somewhere where the US and Canada is right now, which is in the $33 range. Asia Pacific, long term, you know, if we're looking at 4 or 5 years, I think it's going to go to somewhere where Europe is right now, around $10.70, and the rest of the world, long term, will go to Asia Pacific, which is about $2.13 versus about $3 where it's at now. This is such a massive thing for a company like Facebook. It's not just important that you're growing users and, you know, more people are using your product on a daily basis or monthly basis, but how much money are you actually making per each user, okay? Facebook way back in the day, okay, when a lot of us in North America jumping on the platform, this was like 2008 and 2009, 2010, when a lot of us were first jumping on the Facebook platform for the first time, okay? Facebook actually was losing money for getting us, okay? If you were joining Facebook in 2009 and 2010, Facebook was losing money. Like, we cost that company money, okay? Because they weren't really making any revenue on us at those particular times, and we were taking up a bunch of storage and stuff with all our videos and photos we were posting and text and all those sorts of things, okay? So we were literally costing Facebook money back then, but now each new person that joins Facebook or Facebook's other platforms, they're profitable people, okay? So it's a big change in the business model, right? Now, income from operations, very important to look at here. And once again, very important to read the fine print. You might say, what the heck? How did their income from operations decrease year over year from 5.8 billion to 4.6 billion? How is that possible when revenue's up huge? Well, guess what? They took a $2 billion charge in this latest quarter because of the whole FTC settlement, which basically, if you didn't know, Facebook had to pay the FTC, or the US government, let's just call it that, $5 billion. Let's hope we actually, as the citizens, get to use that $5 billion somehow, okay? But needless to say, Facebook had to pay out that $5 billion, $2 billion hit had to come in this latest quarter. So needless to say, income from operations would have been up if it wasn't for that one-time charge of $2 billion, okay? Net income, once again, you might say, what the heck? How did that decrease year over year from 5.1 billion to 2.6 billion? Well, once again, they had that $2 billion legal expense in there, plus another $1.1 billion one-time charge in income taxes due for developments in a case that they were involved with. So needless to say, they had these one-time things that obviously were huge money things, and it kind of hurt the company's profitability here in the short term for this quarter. You take out those one-time costs, and this would be a, you know, a very substantial number up in all these metrics, okay? Diluted earnings per share, once again, it would have been $1.08 higher than where it came in at. So whether you're looking at income from operations, net income, diluted EPS, everything would have been much greater if they didn't have to take those one-time costs, okay? And let's keep in mind, capital investments, they've raised capital investments quite substantially, continuing to, although I will say the rate is slowing, and that's a good sign for Facebook. Basically, $3.4 billion they spent in capital investments the same quarter last year, okay? By the way, that was like a 2x the previous year, okay? Now to $3.7 billion. So basically what that shows there is the growth in capital investments is starting to slow down, and overall that's a good thing for the company, because that will help them be more profitable long term. They've had to do so many things in relation to capital investments, hire a massive amount more employees. We're talking tens of thousands more employees they employ now than versus just a few years ago because of the security situations, because they got to watch the business model long term. Facebook's in a position where, once again, they're going to be the biggest company in the world, or worst case scenario, one of the top 3 biggest companies in the world within 5 years, as long as they just stay on the right track and they don't ruin everything for themselves, okay? The whole world is theirs. The whole world is theirs. They just have to watch things, and that's why they've had to hire mass amounts of employees and do mass amounts of capital investments to make sure a Cambridge Analytica and these data situations and these leaks and all those sorts of things don't happen again, okay? Now, you know, all these great numbers, all these unbelievable numbers, a lot of them are shocking. This might be the most shocking of them all, okay? Listen to this. In addition, we estimate that more than 2.1 billion people now use Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or Messenger, our family of services, every day on average. And more than 2.7 billion people use at least one of our family of services each month, which basically means about a third of the planet is using, you know, one of Facebook's services out there, either Facebook platform or Messenger or WhatsApp or Instagram. That is unbelievable to think about. And that type of scale cannot really be touched by anything, okay? You think Amazon's an amazing business model. Apple has an amazing business model. Google certainly has an amazing business model. You know, Microsoft, these companies are massive companies, have massive business models, and tons of people use their products every day or every month. But they can't touch Facebook's scale, okay? And so that's when I look at a company like Facebook, okay? I really always think risk and reward, especially if it's my biggest investment, which Facebook is my biggest investment. So I gotta think risk reward with this one, okay? And risk, downside, probably not much here. And if I'm thinking about the potential reward, company with a $584 billion market cap here, right? We look at a company like Amazon, nearly $1 trillion market cap. If I'm just thinking about these two companies, in my opinion, Facebook will be a much larger company in 3 to 5 years than Amazon, just because there is not the amount of folks using Amazon's products each and every day, each and every month, okay? And so if I'm looking at Facebook, there's just so much stickiness there that a company like Amazon, which has an amazing business model, just doesn't have, okay? Apple, unbelievable business model, a ton of customers, sell very high dollar amount products, have very good gross margins, nearly $1 trillion market cap. If I look at this on a 3 to 5 year basis, there's just no way I see Apple being a bigger company than a company like Facebook, okay? Same thing with Microsoft. Microsoft's the biggest company in the world that's on the public markets, market cap of nearly $1.1 trillion. But once again, if we just think about the type of scale Microsoft's on versus a company like Facebook and has that amount of people using their products day in and day out, it's just really can't be compared. And if you're an advertiser, big business, small business, mid-sized business, you have to be advertising on Facebook, Instagram, and these different platforms. Never mind all the things they're doing in the future. And never mind, like, think about if Facebook, the Libra product, the Libra cryptocurrency, think about if that's actually a success. Think about what that will do for Facebook's business model. Regardless if the Libra cryptocurrency is successful or not, Facebook, in my opinion, will be the largest company in the world, market cap-wise, within 3 to 4 years. If that doesn't happen, I will absolutely be amazed, okay? Now, if you throw in the Facebook Libra project and that's actually a success, then there's definitely no question in my mind within 3 to 4 years, this will be the largest company in the world. And that's why I choose to have it as my largest investment, and those numbers are just shocking. When you think about everything the company's gone through, all the negativity around it, to grow these type of numbers the way they have, despite everything going on there, think about it. No one's had to go through anything remotely close to what Facebook has had to go through. Amazon, Apple, Google, none of these companies have gotten to go through anything remotely close to Facebook, and yet Facebook has gotten through it. They've taken their huge fines there, and they're up and away, guys. So needless to say, I think we'll do much better in the future than we're already doing on that position. I think, this will be, once again, the most valuable company in the world someday in the future. I think we'll have a market cap well over $1 trillion in the future, and we'll just have to see how it all shakes out, but I think we'll do very well. So let me know down there in the comment section what you think about Facebook, the company. Let me know what you think about Amazon versus Facebook. Let me know if you ever want me to do kind of a debate of like Facebook stock versus Amazon stock, or Google stock versus Amazon stock, or anything like that. Let me know in the comment section. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed today's video. As always, thank you for watching and have a great day.